Yes, let's come to the third question, fourth part. It's given to you that taxi charges in a city consist of a fixed charge together with the charge for the distance covered. It means the taxi is there that the charges are in this way that there will be a one fixed charge for everyone, and after that for every kilometer you have to pay according to the subsequent distance, you have to pay the some charge. So it means we will suppose two kind of charges here. One will be the fixed charge as X, and one will be their per kilometer charge that will be charged accordingly as many kilometers you are going to cover. So let the distance, we will suppose, let the fixed charge as X and the charge per kilometer as Y. Let the fixed charge as X and let the charge per kilometer as Y. So as it is given to you, for a distance of 10 kilometer, the charge paid rupees 105. So for 10 kilometer, the customer has to pay a fixed charge as X, and for 10 kilometer according to per kilometer charge it will be 10Y. So X plus 10Y is equal to 105. Now we can take this 10Y on this side. So we have got X is equal to 105 minus 10Y. Now the second equation is given to you, and for a journey of 15 kilometer the charge paid is rupees 155. It means for the 15 kilometers it will be, then again the fixed charge will be same X, it will be not changed, but the for 15 kilometers now per kilometer is Y rupees. So X plus 15Y equal to 155. I am giving you a simple example to understand this equation. As you people are going anywhere and that the driver is charging you 5 rupees for the fixed charge, and after that 10 rupees for every kilometer. So if you are going 10 kilometer there, then you will say 5 rupees I have to pay definitely, and the rest 10 into 10 you will do. So 100 rupees more you have to pay. So it will be 105 rupees. In the same way, if you are saying here, then also it can be 5, and then the customer has to pay for 15 kilometers. So for the 10 that according to the 10 rupees it will be 150 is equal to 155. This I am not saying that it will be your answer, but I am just giving you an example that how to take the fixed charge and the subsequent charge it is called. It means the charge per kilometer. So now according to this we have got 105 minus 10Y here, and this value 105 minus 10Y of the X you have to place here. So with the help of this we have got our equation, and we have got the value of Y as 10. If we put this value Y as 10 here in this equation, then you will get 10 into 10 100. So 105 minus 100 is equal to 5. Then he is saying we have to find for 25 kilometer how much a person has to pay. So it means for the 25 kilometer the person will pay 5 rupees as the fixed charge and 10 rupees as for the per kilometer. So for 25 kilometer 25 into 10, so the person will pay 255 rupees. Now let's come to the next question. It's given to you, a fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both the numerator and the denominator. A fraction becomes 9 by 11. 9 by 11 there will be an equation that a fraction if 2 will be added. First of all, what is a fraction? Fraction is where we have one numerator and one denominator. So let's suppose let the numerator be X and the denominator be Y. So our fraction is X upon Y. Now according to the question, he is saying you that if we add 2 in the numerator and denominator both, so it means 2 should be added in both. So it will be X plus 2 upon Y plus 2. Then he is saying the fraction becomes 9 by 11. So X plus 2 upon Y plus 2 equal to 9 by 11. How to solve this kind of equations? by the cross multiplication simply. So you have to cross multiply. You will get 11 into x plus 2, 9 into y plus 2. If we have a number outside of the bracket, then obviously you need to multiply with both. So 11x plus 22 and 9y plus 18. So we got the equation here. Now the next he is saying to you in the question, it's given if 3 is added to both the numerator and the denominator, it becomes 5 by 6. If we add 3 in both numerator and denominator, so let's add. We have added 3 in the numerator also and 3 in the denominator. Then we got the fraction as 5 by 6. Now again we need to do the cross multiplication. By cross multiplication, 6 into x plus 3 and 5 into y plus 3. We have got two equations and we can easily solve the equation, and we got this as an equation 6x minus 5y plus 3 equal to 0. Now let's take the value of x from here. Take these terms on that side, so this become positive and this one will become negative, so 5y minus 3, and this 6 will go under this. So we have got this the value of x. Let's put this value of x in your first equation. 11x minus 9y plus 4 equal to 0. Let's place the value of x here. So by LCM and all, you will easily get the value of y, 9, and let's put this value 9 here at the place of y. You will get the value of x easily here. We got it 7. Now, so our fraction was x upon y equal to 7 upon 9. Is it clear to you all? Now, let's come to the sixth part. Sixth part is given to you. 5 years hence, the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. 5 years ago, Jacob's was 7 times that of his son. What are their present ages? It means here he is talking about two persons. One is the Jacob and the son, and the second is his son. So we will suppose first of all their present ages. Wherever it is, whatever is asked, that always you need to suppose. It asks their present ages. So let the present age of Jacob as x, and let present age of his son is as y. So let present ages, and then we will solve accordingly. Let Jacob's present age as x and of his son as y. So 5 years later, obviously if your age is at present 15 years, then after 5 years it will be 15 plus 5. So 5 years later, obviously Jacob's age will be also increased by 5. So x plus 5 and y plus 5 will be the son's age. Now according to the question, he is saying to you that after 5 years, Jacob's age will be 3 times of his son's age. So it means x plus 5 is equal to 3 times of his son's age. Always whenever you are keeping two equations equal to each other, then you have to balance the equations. Jacob's age is already 3 times. So obviously if you multiply with the son's age 3, then only they both will be equal. If the Jacob is 30 years, then son is 10 years. So you need to keep 3 into 10. Obviously then only you can keep them equal. So we have got x plus 5 equal to 3y plus 3 5s are 15. And with the help of this, we have got x minus 3y equal to 5 minus 15 equal to 0, and we got it as an equation. So it implies x is equal to 3y plus 10. Now 5 years ago obviously their ages was 5 years less. So it will be x minus 5 and y minus 5. He is saying that 5 years ago Jacob's age was 7 times of his son's age. So let's multiply 7 with the son's age. So we got this equation. You can easily solve. Now this value of x, 3y plus 10, you have to place here in this equation. 3y plus 10 and minus 7y plus 30. is equal to 0, and with the help of this we have got our answer. Thank you and have a nice day.